I didn't chase her. I didn't shout. I didn't even say goodbye. I simply let her go. She was sitting on the edge of the bed, packing her things. It was quiet, too quiet. I watched her fold her clothes carefully as if nothing was breaking between us, as if the years we shared didn't matter, as if she wasn't taking a part of me with her. She turned to look at me, eyes tired, almost apologetic. She wanted me to fight. I could see it in her eyes. She wanted me to go. She wanted me to make it harder for her to leave. But I didn't. I couldn't. I loved her. But loving someone doesn't mean holding on when they've already decided to let go. I sat there, still, watching her finish packing the last of her things. The silence between us was deafening. She stood up, took a deep breath, and grabbed her suitcase. The words hung in the air, unsaid but so obvious. "I'm leaving." And she did. No second thoughts, no last-minute apologies, just a door closing behind her that echoed louder than anything she could have said. I didn't stop her. I didn't cry. I didn't beg. I just let her go. The door clicked shut, and that was it. She was gone, and I was left with a house full of memories and a heart full of unanswered questions. The days that followed were the worst. I tried to get through them, but everything reminded me of her favorite mug on the kitchen counter, the pillow she slept on still warm when I woke up, the faint scent of her perfume in the air. I couldn't escape it. But what hurt the most wasn't the absence of her physical presence. It was the absence of her love, the way she had looked at me, like I was everything, and then just stopped. Like one day I wasn't the person she wanted anymore. I tried not to think about it. I kept myself busy. I threw myself into work, into things that didn't matter. But when I lay down at night, in the silence of the bed we used to share, I couldn't avoid it anymore. She was gone, and I had nothing left but the memory of what we used to be. I didn't contact her. I didn't check her social media, didn't ask around about her. I just let it go. I moved on, slowly, painfully, quietly. I found small moments of peace. I started to remember who I was before she walked into my life. And for the first time in months, I felt alive again. I went to the gym, ate healthier, saw friends. I rebuilt my life piece by piece, from the ground up. But the memories of her didn't fade completely. They stayed with me, like shadows in the corners of my mind. I told myself it was over, but in the deepest part of me, I still missed her. I missed the version of her I used to know, the woman who loved me with everything she had, the woman who promised she'd never walk away. Then, almost a year later, I heard a knock on the door. I had just come back from work. I was tired, covered in dust from the construction job I'd picked up to keep my mind busy. I wasn't expecting anyone. But when I opened the door, there she was. Her face was pale, her eyes red, her hands shaking as she stood there, staring at me like I was the last person she ever thought she'd see again. And for a moment, I froze. Not because I wasn't happy to see her, but because I didn't know what to say. I had spent so long trying to forget about her, trying to convince myself that I didn't need her anymore. And now, there she was, standing in front of me, and all I wanted to do was pull her into my arms. But I didn't. I stayed still, waiting for her to speak. "I'm sorry," she said, her voice barely above a whisper. "I was wrong. I should have never left. I should have fought for you." Her words hit me like a punch to the gut. She didn't ask for forgiveness. She didn't beg. She just stood there, vulnerable and broken, owning her mistakes in a way that I never expected. But the truth was, I didn't need her to apologize. I didn't need her to tell me she was sorry. What I needed was for her to look at me like she truly saw me, like she understood the weight of what she'd done, and she did. But the moment was different now. She wasn't the woman who once held my heart, and I wasn't the man who would drop everything to fix what she broke. "I've spent a year rebuilding myself," I told her. "I don't need closure anymore. I don't need you to fix what's been broken for so long. I needed to find peace, and I did." She looked at me, tears brimming in her eyes. "I'm not asking you to take me back," she said. "I just wanted you to know how sorry I am. I thought I needed more, but I was wrong. You were everything I needed." I wanted to tell her that it was too late, that I couldn't just erase the pain she caused, even if she did regret it now. but I didn't. Instead, I looked at her and said the only thing I could. I wish you peace. I wish you healing. But I'm not the man I was when you left. I can't go back. She nodded slowly, wiping away her tears. I understand, she whispered. And then she turned and walked away. She left. But this time, I didn't follow. I didn't watch her go. I just closed the door and leaned against it, breathing a sigh of relief. I had finally let her go, not because I hated her, not because I was angry, but because I had learned that love isn't about waiting for someone to come back. It's about letting go of the past and finding peace in the present. If you've ever had to let go of someone you loved, even when it hurt more than anything, you're not alone. Let me know where you're watching from in the comments, because healing isn't a journey you take alone.